Deric Davis disappointed me. He did. He disappointed me. He disappointed me because he has a lot of talent. A lot of talent. You know, when fighters, when fighters get all these knockouts early on in their careers, that seems to be the only thing that they rely on. They forget about what really matters, and that is the fundamentals. Deric Davis, he wasn't fighting behind the jab. He wasn't giving angles. He wasn't moving his head. He wasn't doing anything but loading up on every single shot, trying to get a highlight reel KO. Now, Carlos Ramos, the dude that he fought, was a fighter that he has some experience, and he capitalized off of the inexperienced Deric Davis. Now, I'm not saying this is the end of the road for Deric Davis because he did win the fight, but I just think that, moving forward, man, this dude really needs to go back to the basics. And I think that these fighters that has all this punching power really need to try to not rely on their power. And Deric Davis is one of those fighters that really needs to try to not rely on his power. He needs to rely on the fundamentals. Boxing. He's in a great camp. He's surrounded by a talented fighter in Gervonta Tank Davis. So, I would expect for him to at least know these things. Power is a great thing to have for these fighters, but we've seen over and over and over, power can be neutralized. Now, Deric Davis has enough talent to win fights without using his power. And I hate the fact that he doesn't rely on his talent. He relies more on his power. And when you watch the fight with him and Carlos Ramos, you've seen Carlos Ramos anticipating every shot that Deric Davis threw. He saw it coming, and he was just countering Deric Davis. Deric Davis has some great moments. He landed some big shots. But when you have a fighter in there that has a lot of experience and knows how to deal with power punchers, that kind of just, make Deric Davis this one-dimensional fighter. And that's what he looked like. And it was an embarrassment. And a lot of people saw that fight. A lot of people thought that Deric Davis lost. And I'm glad that this happened to him. I'm glad that he was exposed, sort of sense, and he looked average. I'm a fan of Deric Davis. I'm a huge fan of him. And I have high expectations for this young man because I think he's a talented fighter. But every fighter needs to go through this, especially fighters that rely too much on their power. They need to go through these trials and tribulations. And Deric Davis, man, he had a wake-up call, and I'm glad. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for Deric Davis. I'm not going to say, well, if he would have did this and he should have did that, or no. This is a man that walked inside this ring against a opponent that he was supposed to beat on, looking to get a highlight reel knockout, and it backfired on him. And Carlos Ramos is not even a good boxer. He's not even a good technical fighter. And he was able to expose Deric Davis. And that's embarrassing. And I'm glad Deric Davis got a little humble pie, because that's what he needed. Now he's forced to go back to the drawing boards and work on his fundamentals, work on what he's gifted with, and that is his talent and not his power. His power is great, but Deric Davis has more talent than power.